product management and Scrum Master Agile Delivery Management. I think I had some people that were interested or they indicated interest, right? So take the product management very quickly because it's very similar. Normally, I used to even have it immediately after project management because they are very similar in this style. Okay, I think we have about 3 people interested in compliance. Okay, let's take compliance quickly then. So compliance. So for the compliance field, either you're a banker, previous banker, or legal professional, or foreign trained lawyer, you can position yourself for code 2419, legal professionals 3520, 2482, 2462, and 2440, as you can see on the screen. It's a great way to so target roles like compliance analyst, AML analyst, KYC analyst, QC analyst, or even managerial roles if you already have previous experience from back home as well. Who can take the course? Early career beginners, foreign trained lawyers, anyone seeking a career in KYC and compliance, even accountants, CEOs, or even risk professionals. You can see the career path you can position yourself for after, from data. So our bootcamp covers KYC, AML, GDPR, financial crime and sanctions, and data protection. Okay, so here's the screen showing us the codes that you can position yourself on. You can see that was updated on the 22nd of July. Here are companies where our students currently work in this compliance space. We have our students in a lot of fields. Okay, someone is asking what is KYC? KYC is know your customer. So is that process where you want to open an account in a bank, you need to provide your utility bill, you need to provide your ID, you need to provide your face, biometrics, so where they collect your customer data so that if anything happens, they can go to your data set, they can go to your file and find any information about you, where you live, and all of that. So we have our students working in highly prestigious industry because this KYC is either you work in the bank or the legal industry or insurance or anything around that. We used to have a standalone masterclass for compliance, by the way. So which is why I'm not going to spend so much time on compliance. So, but what you get in the compliance training is also the same. It's a 5 weeks class. We cover CV, we cover KYC, like I said, AML, that's anti-money laundering, right? Combating and financial terrorism, that's CFT, and GDPR, data protection, right? You get to work on real cases to gain practical experience. You get interview prep, you get to work on quizzes, you get your CV done for you, you get to work on cases, and meet some of our alumni as well. So we've got Stephanie. Stephanie was a foreign trained lawyer from Nigeria. She joined our KYC and she joined our compliance bootcamp, and she currently works, or she's been working for over 1 year now as a compliance monitoring analyst. And she was recently even telling me that she's just gotten a managerial role because managerial roles have been chasing her since after the boot camp. And the good thing is that even our students, right, 1 year, 2 years after, right, they not only retain their job, they are even thriving at it, And that actually is what busts my brain, about the RQI Careers Bootcamp. Because I've heard about a lot of people that pass through all this kind of similar trainings and they are not competent enough to actually do the job or even keep the job. So at RQI Careers, that support is even there, such that you don't even misstep or do the wrong things when you get the job. We've also got Demola. Demola he was working in a bank previously, and he passed through our KYC and AML bootcamp and is now currently an AML analyst in Bristol as RPC. These are like I think this is a law firm, and I think this is also a law firm. Right. So what are we trying to say? The compliance space is a viable space for anyone, that is foreign trained lawyer that don't want to go. If you know anybody that studied law, did LLM here, or did law in Nigeria, they've moved to the UK and they don't want to leave that space completely, and they don't want to pay so much to qualify as a lawyer here in the UK. Compliance is a viable role. And if you've also worked in tailoring, banking, customer service in banking, and you still want to position yourself in that career path. And if at all, if you just have interest in compliance, because you don't need to be any of these two, you can be anything you want if you put your heart in it, right? So the next cohort is September 13. I think one cohort just started last week, and it's just for 5 weeks, 5 Saturdays. These are our shortest boot camp, because the requirements for the role is not as, in terms of technical, what you are going to be learning is not as tough as the rest, or it doesn't take so much time. So if you want to secure your slot for that as well, you can, click the link on the bio to secure your slot. If you're in Nigeria, there are so many roles as well across border. It's not even like limited to UK as well. And we have a lot of fintech, payments companies coming up. They all, banks and all of that, they all need compliance analysts, KYC analysts, and all of that. So what is KYC? Okay, I think I've answered that. Can you highlight the sponsorship rules for compliance and the AML KYC? So I think the codes you can use are 2419. So if you have legal background, right, you're adding compliance from us to it. So you can position yourself for like compliance analyst related role in the legal space, right? So legal professionals not elsewhere classified. Then we've got 2440, where we've got risk managers, right? So you can also position yourself as a risk assessment officer, manager, and so on. So we've got 3520, where we've got probate managers, legal associates. So those are people that have legal background, right? And then we have quality assurance and regulatory professionals. So these are compliance and regulatory professionals. They didn't specify KYC or AML or anything, but that's why they call them professionals, meaning that if your role is related to compliance or quality assurance, you can use code 2482 to get sponsored, and is highly skilled as well. And then we got probation officers as well, 2462. So these are the codes that you can explore. For some of those roles, they didn't specify the job titles, they just put professionals in the guide. Okay. So for PMBA is Prince 2 A plus. If you have Prince 2, of course, it's an advantage, right? And I would say that even though certification is not a requirement, once you get your first role, or once you are done with the practical experience phase, which is the most important, like a boot camp, you can now start working towards getting your certification. If you are looking to get a job in the NHS or civil service or UK government related parastatals, Prince 2 might be what you want to look at. But if you want to work like globally, multinational companies, PMP might be, what you might want to consider. I want to talk about project management and Scrum Master or Agile Delivery Managers. So we've got IT product managers under code 2132. We've got IT service delivery managers, which is what they call Scrum Masters sometimes. And we've got UI UX researcher. I don't know if any of you remember that success story I shared about somebody who got a user researcher role from AO to SEO after the product management and Scrum Master bootcamp. Because for most of these roles, right, there are so many low-hanging fruits, skills and experience you pick out of it that are standalone jobs on their own. So product managers are often seen as future leaders with an organization, with many successfully even transitioning to becoming CEOs. And like the CEOs of like the Google of this world, Facebook, they were all once on the tech, all those tech CEOs, they were first once product managers, and then they moved on to the next phase of their career, which was more of building their own tech products. So if you're looking at building a tech product, if you're looking at positioning yourself for the global talent visa as well, this product management career path is one that can help you with that. Okay, so can someone that doesn't have any knowledge about product management take the project management take the course? Of course, you don't need any of our courses you want to enroll in. You don't need any previous experience at all. Train you from start. All our courses are beginner friendly. Okay, let's move on very quickly. The objective of the bootcamp is to provide participants with practical experience, the skills, the knowledge, the frameworks you need to succeed as product owners, product managers, agile delivery managers, scrum masters, It's a 4 months bootcamp, just like the PM and the BA, because you get 7 weeks of classes and you get 2 months on projects, delivering a tech product from start to finish. Remember, I said it that in RKY careers, we also show our workings. If you want to see how our products, students have delivered products, either from our PM or BA or data bootcamps, go to our YouTube. We always have that end of program products demo sessions where they come to share, and they come to present their products to the stakeholders, and we make it public as well. You also build on soft skills like emotional intelligence, team management, stakeholder management, collaboration, workshop facilitation, etc. So who can take this course? Anybody at all interested in product-facing role, agile, product-led environment. If you want to know what they say, product-led, because if you want to apply for global talents, they will ask, have you worked in a product-led environment? Or you want to learn agile, so professionals looking to switch to Scrum Master, Agile Delivery Manager, or Product Owner, Product Manager. Anyone who wants to position themselves for visa sponsorship, global talents, and the likes. Anyone who wants to enhance their career prospects and any potential. Degree holders seeking practical work experience. I have a lot of people that just graduate, especially like BSc graduates. They don't have any experience at all on their CV. The only thing they've done is gone to school and they want to compete in this market. And some of them, they also have very high taste. They want to get 70K job, which is not impossible. But one thing that would actually bridge that gap between their degree and getting that job they want is passing through a boot camp like this to gain practical experience, right? So professionals, entrepreneurs, and small business owners, business analysts, consultants, and anyone interested in agile methodologies. By the way, BAs and product managers, their roles are very similar. And what a lot of people do is moving on from business analyst, their next career progression is to become a product manager, because a product manager's role is more strategic than that of a BA. So what are the potential career paths you can position yourself for after the bootcamp? Scrum Master, Agile Coach, Program Manager, Agile Delivery Manager, Implementation Manager, that's under the Scrum side, and under the product side, from Portfolio Manager to Product Manager to Product Owner to Technical Product Manager, and the likes. We've talked about the SOC code. So these are the tools you will learn, not only in our product and Scrum, but also in our projects management and business analysis bootcamp. So you not only learn them, but you would also use them, because our courses are practical. Like I said, you gain practical work experience. One thing I was saying the other time is that everything that you see as a bullet point spec in our bootcamp, right? They're actually worthy of standalone. They are standalone worthy unique selling point and unique advantage for whoever enrolls in our bootcamp, because either is using of our tools or gaining the practical work experience, or even the weekly interview prep that you get when you get an interview. All of those things on their own, they are transforming, because for some people that could be what would be it for them, and you never know. So having as many things that will be it for you, so you have many it's, is the way to position yourself in these current times. So you get 7 weeks of classes, 2 months on projects, CV optimization, LinkedIn optimization, interview prep, end-to-end IT projects that you can put on your CV. You can even link it if they want to see what the end product is. Okay, so I'm going to share with you the story of Onyebuchi. Onyebuchi is currently a certified product owner, with expertise in fintech, SaaS, and so on and so forth. He passed through the product owner and products, the SMPO bootcamp, right, in 2022. And he applied the bootcamp frameworks, agile tools, and role-based insights, and he secured a product owner role in 2023 at a leading organization. Now he leads product backlog management in Jira, ensuring alignment with business goals. He also collaborates cross-functionally with engineering, the UX teams, and business teams, and is striving and still winning in that role today. So you bring the drive and the willingness to learn, and we will bring the direction and deliver your success story. So if you're looking to explore products management or Scrum, or you have any questions about it, ask in the chat box. But you can secure your slot, and is on another special level of discount at just £450, meaning if you want to pay your first installments today, right, it's even way lower than £199. And I would advise you do this, very quickly, before we get sold out on this course.